you all, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm the vegan grandma, and today we are going to do two videos. The first one is vegan biscuits, believe it or not, vegan biscuits. And I'm from the South, from North Carolina, so you know I love me some biscuits. But what we're gonna do is, once we get the biscuits together, I'm gonna do a follow-up video making a vegan pot pie. So again, Southern comfort food. It is a rainy day here in Bermuda, and I'm looking out the window now. I'll show it to you in a moment. It's a rainy day here, so let's make some comfort food. That sounds great to me. So join me in this little adventure of the vegan biscuit. For the ingredients for these vegan biscuits, we have a cup of unsweetened plain almond milk. We're going to add a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice to this, and that's going to make our buttermilk. And for the dry ingredients, we have 2 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. We have a tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and then to that we're going to add 4 tablespoons of non-dairy butter, which I'm going to use Earth Balance. It's unsalted butter. Again, it's non-dairy vegan butter, but it needs to be very cold when we add everything together. So I'll grab it out of the refrigerator. So that is the ingredients that we're working with, and I've preheated the oven to 450. All right, so we're gonna make this vegan buttermilk. Let me get my knife. We only need about a tablespoon of the, I love these juicers. We only need about a tablespoon of the lemon juice. Oh, this is lovely. I'm doing a wonderful job here. This is exciting to watch, huh? Okay. Go ahead and juice the rest of this, and I'll save it for my next recipe. So I'm going to put in this small bowl the almond milk, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of the lemon juice. I'm going to give it a stir, and we're going to set that aside as it matures as buttermilk. All right, so the dry ingredients. I have my mixing bowl here. I'm going to add my flour, and I've already pre-measured the baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And you need these so that your dough will rise. So we've got that in there, and I'm just going to whisk these together. The fun part is going to be putting this together. And I am a vegan biscuit virgin here. This is my first time trying this. This recipe is from the Minimalist Bakers website. This lady named Dana is just phenomenal. Every recipe that I have tried of hers is just fantastic. So shout out to the Minimalist Baker. She's just phenomenal. Her recipes are wonderful. So we have this ready, and we're going to add our wet ingredients and make our dough. We'll see how this turns out. Bear with me. All right, so I have 4 tablespoons of very cold, right out of the fridge, Earth Balance butter. I'm going to cut this up because it says to work quickly. So I am going to cut this up and then mix it together with the dry ingredients with my fingers until it's like a sand-like mixture. And for this recipe, I will link this wonderful lady's website in the description. I'm really excited because I do love biscuits, and this again is my first attempt. So we've cut this up in there. I guess that's the easiest way to do it. And now I'm just going to mix this together until it's like a sandy texture, which in her instructions she says that you can use your fingers or a I don't know. Pastry cutter. I don't have a pastry cutter. So I am combining this. Just as you're doing it, think love. So whoever's going to eat it will feel the love that you put into it. Or think art. Cooking's like an art. Okay, so do you think we have a sand-like texture? I'm guessing we do. It's all an experiment anyway. Okay, so the butter's still cold. I'm going to say we have a sand-like texture. We're going to make a well in the middle of this and put our liquid ingredients in here, so hang tight. So we have our well in the middle with our wooden spoon, and we're going to add this just about a quarter of a cup at a time because we may not need all of the pseudo buttermilk. So I'm going to stir it up. We want it to be blended well, but we also want it to be sticky. Hope you guys can see this. I'm making a mess here. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. All right, it is definitely sticky, and I have incorporated the dry with the wet. Okay, so let's see. What do we do next? It's definitely dough, and I did not have to use all of the ingredients, so she was right about that. It's her recipe. She should be. Cool, huh? Okay. We are going to put flour down now. It's sticky. And I'm going to put flour on the top so that I can, the recipe says that you do not need this. You just kind of flip it a few times. Ooh, gosh, it is sticky. Like 5 or 6 times. The whole point of these recipes is to show you I'm not a professional cook. I am not a chef. I am just a regular everyday grandma, and how we can all be vegan, vegetarian if you need to be. Okay, I think I've done this enough now. Ooh, this is messy. Okay. So yeah, an everyday person cooking everyday recipes, everyday vegan recipes, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. So we're gonna pat this out into like a 1 inch thick round, and then we will, so that should be good. And then we will cut this up. I'll wash my hands, cut this up, put some water in this bowl, and get these in the oven. All right, so I'm using this glass to cut out my biscuits. Ooh. And I'm placing them on a baking sheet that I put some aluminum foil down and sprayed just with a little bit with some nonstick, whatever you call it, Smart Balance is what I'm using. Well, I hope these are going to be thick enough now. Remember, I am going to be using these to make vegan pot pie, which is my next video. I'll go right into it after this one. But I wanted to make two in case people don't want to make a vegan pot pie. I didn't want the video super long, but if you, I'm thinking you can make this thicker if you want, this dough, because in the recipe it says it'll make 7 or 8. Well, I've got more than 7 or 8 here. And I hope I'm not playing with this dough too much. We shall see. I have more than 7 or 8, so I might have made them too thin, but they will be fine for a pot pie. And as I'm laying them down, and I'll show you, they're just touching each other, and this is so that as they bake and rise, that it'll be pretty uniform. This is not how my granny did her biscuits, or my mama. They did this with their hands and kind of made a little cup and put them on the baking sheet. So that last one is done that way. What a mess. Okay, now we'll see what we do from here. This is what we're looking at right now. Okay, so I have brushed the biscuits with the Earth Balance butter. Just a little bit of melted. They're all brushed. And then I have placed a small divot in the center of these, again, so that they don't dome up and they rise evenly. It just helps them. And we will put these in the oven. And again, I have set the oven at 450. So let's get these in there. That looks okay. We'll see how it goes. It's an experiment. All right, we've got them in there. Again, 450, focus, focus. And we are gonna bake them for 10 to 15 minutes or until they're fluffy, golden brown, and we will move on to the next video. But let's see how these come out in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so here we are after they have baked. They look pretty good. Again, I would, don't make them as thin as I did. They're gonna be fine for the recipe that I'm doing right after this, which is a vegan pot pie, but they look great. Let's cut one open here and see. Ooh, I'm making a lot of noise. Let's see. I'm thinking, ooh, hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Okay. Oh, the lighting in here is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. But look, they are flaky. They look like biscuits. And so I'm going to get ready for this next recipe. Thank you for joining me for this. I'm going to do this separately because, there, I'll do this. People may want to make biscuits without making a pot pie. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you do this. Please like, subscribe. Leave in the comments any suggestions. If you see a recipe that you want me to try, I will do my best to get the ingredients here in Bermuda and I will do it up for you. So leave in the comments any recipes that you would like, and we will continue to do this together. But I hope that you did enjoy this. It's going to be kind of a fast video, but they were not hard to make. They look great. I'll let you know how they taste when I do the no. Let me taste one now. Tastes like a biscuit. Tastes like a biscuit without animal fat. Don't eat animals. Animals have faces. Animals have feelings. So anyway, it is pretty good. I like it. It's a good biscuit. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you again for joining me in my kitchen. This is the Vegan Grandma, and I will see you again soon.